Nature scenes. Voices of scientists. Video shows them at work.
A really great experience to see how science can be put into action.
Science is a continuation of accumulation of knowledge.
It's definitely been an amazing experience.
Host on camera.
I'm Cassidy Esposito, and for this episode of Outside Science Inside Parks, we're at Indiana Dunes National Park. Behind the dunes, this park plays host to lots of important pollinators, like bees and butterflies. Scientists and interns are hard at work, keeping an eye on them all.
Nature scenes. Graphics read Outside Science Inside Parks. Graphics read Indiana Dunes National Park, Outside Science, Inside Parks. Speaker is Desi Robertson, Research Coordinator, Indiana Dunes National Park.
So we are at the Miller Woods unit of the Indiana Dunes National Park. This is one of my favorite units. It's Black Oak Savannah. It's one of the largest continuous tracts of Black Oak Savannah that is left in the country. It's a globally rare habitat. This project is part of a long-term study understanding how changes in the habitat influence our pollinator communities. And so last year we looked at native bees. This year we're focusing on butterflies. And of course, an important resource for the pollinators are the flowers.
Speaker is Chloe Kennedy, Scientists and Parks intern.
Because we're in Indiana and agriculture is so important here, it's really necessary to look at the pollinators populations to see how they've increased or decreased, and just to see how they're doing. They can be a very key identifier of ecosystem health. So that's part of what we're doing, is just to see what these populations what they've been doing over the past 20 years, if they've been decreasing or if they've stayed steady.
Speaker is Gabriela Cano, Scientists and Parks intern.
We are doing surveys to see how that biodiversity has changed, because with climate change and just generally living in like a dunes environment, the environment's constantly changing. The plants are changing, the animals are changing. And so we're here to do surveys to see how the butterflies specifically in this area have developed and changed, and the populations have shifted over time. Having my eyes open to sort of the like flowers and things, like there's a lot of little tiny butterflies and insects that you don't even notice until you're kind of looking for them. And so it's given me a lot of appreciation for the small movers in environments.
Speaker is Desi Robertson.
One of the challenges is that these rare habitats. They're situated in a mosaic of lots of other things going on outside of the park. So I want to emphasize that the work that these interns are doing is real science. They're not just out here taking a gentle walk, a stroll in the woods, looking at butterflies and flowers. They are following a real scientific protocol. They're walking transects. They're collecting valuable data that is going to contribute to our understanding of these natural resources.
Scientists identifying plants. Speaker is Gabriela Cano.
I'm just starting as a scientist in the park, and there's so many ways to get to where the professionals that we're working with today have gotten, and so it's been a great opportunity to get to know them and get to experience this with them.
Speaker is Chloe Kennedy.
It can often be like very sweaty, very hot, very difficult, but it's so rewarding at the end of the day, getting to do these different things in the field that we're doing. I don't care how hot, how muggy, how gross it is out. I'm just having a blast getting to get this experience and getting to know the people I'm working with. Just getting to see these areas that it is truly just the way it is, and it's not touched by any people. It's so cool to see those places, and I just absolutely love getting to explore them.
Speaker is Gabriela Cano.
Because this is the earth we live on, and I think as human beings, there's such a peace in nature, and there's such a peace in being in wild areas that haven't necessarily been touched. I think having spaces like this gives a lot of people, and especially like I know for me personally, it gives me a space to reconnect, to kind of settle back into myself, and also realize that I as one person am functioning in a much wider world.
Host on camera.
Thanks for watching this episode of Outside Science Inside Parks. We'll see you next time.
Graphics read Outside Science Inside Parks is a production of NPS Natural Resource Stewardship and Science in association with Colorado State University.